I can't afford to stop for one moment. That it's too soon to you wanna lay above the same. I don't mind, but I need my freedom compromised, and I've been by your side, but I need space right now. Got my mind and my money, gotta hustle 'cause it's going.
Alright, hi guys, it is time for yet another tutorial, and before we jump straight on into beading this mug, I did want to go over the palette that I was going to be using. Today's palette is going to be one from Viseart, and it's their Editorial Brights. It does retail for about $80. I picked mine up from Sephora, but you can also get it from the Viseart website, and it features 12 different bright shades, all matte, and you can use these for various things like eyeliner when mixed with water. Here are some swatches of these beautiful vibrant shades so that you guys can see what they look like on a more chocolate and deep skin tone, but let's go ahead and put them to work. Take 1,000,005. Let's get started for the 12th time. Alrighty, y'all know how I do. I'm going to go ahead and jump straight on into this tutorial because y'all know I come to slay. I do not come to play, guys. So the first eyeshadow that we're going in with from the Editorial Brights palette is the purple shade, and I'm going to blend that on the inner third of my right eye. This makeup tutorial is actually pretty easy. It just involves a lot of repetitive steps. So I'm just going to go ahead and use as many colors because this is a Pride-inspired rainbow makeup look, and I'm going to blend those right above my natural crease, and I'm going to just take as many colors as I can and place them next to each other, and then blend them in with the eyeshadow that I placed before it. Y'all can see on my right hand side, I did decide to go in with some of those more girly, more feminine tones, the reds, purples, oranges, and pink tones, because they were super complementary, and all of these shadows blended out super beautifully. I would say the texture of all of these shadows lends more on the more powdery side, like most mattes do, but y'all can see that last time I checked, I am still very much so a dark skinned woman, and all of these eyeshadows are popping on my dark skin, which I am always excited about. On the left hand side, I decided to go in with some of those more masculine colors, the blues, the yellows, greens, and teals and things like that. And girl, that blue nearly knocked my wig straight off my dome, okay? I'm glad I was well secured that day because that blue was beautiful. Y'all can see in the middle, I did go in with the lime green and the yellow, and I will say those were the most powdery shades, but they are still very much so vibrant and pigmented. You just might have to build those up a little bit. And then I ended off with that teal color. Next, of course, it is time for us to go ahead and cut that crease now that all of our colors are applied. And today I'm using my MAC Prolongwear concealer in the color NC45. I definitely like to use a more fluid type of concealer that I can move around pretty easily. For me to define the space of where I'm going to actually cut my eye and make it even on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and look up, and this will give you a guideline of where to cut your crease at without getting any of that transfer on your upper eyelid. Then I'm just going to go ahead and smooth out that concealer and then create that elongated shape that I'm looking for. This is not a half cut crease. I'm going to go ahead and pull that concealer all the way out to the end of my eyebrow. When cutting my crease, as you guys have seen me do on quite a few occasions, I do like to move between two different sizes of flat shader brushes. Y'all can see that I'm using a larger one to cover like the eyelid space and more area, and then I like to move in with a smaller one. The one that I absolutely love is from Real Techniques, and that enables me to get that really sharp edge and gives me precision when I'm moving up to those areas that need a little bit more detail. Lastly, when cutting your crease, make sure your concealer is nice and smooth and doesn't have any streaks or patches so that your eyeshadow will come out nice and even. Now to ensure that that concealer doesn't go anywhere, I'm just going to go lightly over top of it with a translucent powder. I decided to go ahead and leave this clip in here to show you guys what not to do. I wasn't quite satisfied with the brightness of that concealer, so I decided to go over top of it with my Painterly Paint Pot from MAC, and this definitely caused some cracking, which you may see later. I did fix it with my concealer, but just be careful when you're layering too many products on top of each other because it could cause a lot of cracking. Save yourself the trouble, girl. Moving right along, I did decide to go ahead and do my eyeliner off camera because I need a prayer, okay, when I'm doing that. But I did use a nice thick winged liner, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean up all that excess product off my face. Next, it is time for the magic, and I'm going to start off by using my Too Faced glitter glue, and I'm going to put that right over top of my liner where I'm going to add this beautiful glitter. A lot of people ask me where I got this glitter from, and I got it like years ago from Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure that they sell this anymore, but you can find glitter from anywhere. Now, I didn't quite like the Too Faced glitter glue because it kind of dulled the glitter a little bit, and girl, you will never dull this shine. So I did decide to switch over to the MAC mixing medium, and this definitely retained the shine of the glitter. And I'm just moving right over across of the liner in small sections and adding the glitter on top. And I'm basically mirroring the same colors that I did with the eyeshadows on top, if y'all can tell. Again, here are one of the more repetitive parts. Like I said previously, you're just going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side, and you don't have to match your glitter color to the eyeshadow color, but I thought it turned out well this way. And just make sure you cover up all of that black space if you decide to line your eyes underneath. Now, I am very careful when it comes to glitter, so I didn't have that much to clean up, but I always like to go back in with a little piece of Scotch tape to remove any little excess pieces of glitter. And then I went in with my nice bold lashes. With a look like this, you definitely want some nice voluminous lashes, and Godess from Koko definitely delivered. Now I'm going to move on to my face, and I'm starting off by priming, of course, with one of my favorite primers, and this is the Lancome Pro Primer. It is one of those more silicone type primers, which y'all know that I love, and I'm just going to smooth that all over. Next, I'm going to use the Jouer Essential Coverage Foundation. Girl, the name is just way too long, but you guys know what I'm talking about, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that all over the face so that I get some nice coverage and cover up all of this hyperpigmentation, acne scars, and all of the above that I'm trying to get rid of. I am also using their brush, and if you guys want to see a full foundation review, I will go ahead and put that in the cards, but y'all already know that this is one of my favorite foundations, and I am still absolutely in love with it. Y'all can see it covers up all of my sins. Next up, girl, you already know what to do. It is time for us to conceal and brighten all at the same time. Y'all already know where I usually put my concealer at, and I'm moving kind of quickly through my face portion because I will be doing an updated, very detailed tutorial on my foundation routine coming up very, very soon. But this is what I'm doing for this makeup look today. So we got our concealer on there, and we're just going to go ahead and blend that out. Of course, using a Real Techniques blending sponge until all of that is nice and blended, and you can't tell where my foundation and concealer start and stop. Now I'm going to go ahead and set that concealer. I haven't really been baking because, girl, it just dries out my eyes a little bit too much, but I'm going to just add a little bit of powder so that that concealer doesn't move. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to use my MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation in the color NW45 and tap that over the rest of my face where I am not concealing or where I'm contouring it. This definitely gives me a little more coverage and ensures my makeup lasts all day. Now it is time to contour, and today I'm going to be using one of my favorite contours, which is a blush from MAC in the color Blunt. You would think that it's too light to show up on me, but it actually gives a very, very nice contour to the skin. And because my makeup is pretty flashy, girl, I don't want my contour to be too heavy, so we're just going to lightly place that in all the areas that we normally would bronze or contour at. Lastly, I am going to go in with a little bit of powder and clean up my contour and also carve these cheeks out. It gives a lot of structure to the face, and it definitely cleans up that bronzer slash contour very, very nicely. Now it's time for us to go ahead and finish that lower lash line, and we're going to keep it pretty simple. I didn't have any eyeliners that actually matched the color that I was looking for, so I decided to take my NYX Jumbo pencil in the color Milk and lay that down first, and then I'm going back into the Viseart palette and using the purple color on the more feminine side and just blending that out. And then I'm going to take a pencil brush and smoke it out just a little bit, not dragging that color down too much because, girl, just on me, it just doesn't look right. So I'm keeping it pretty tight against the waterline, and then on the other side I'm going to repeat the same steps with the Jumbo pencil, and then I'm going to add the dark blue color mixed with a little bit of the lighter blue color from the Editorial Brights palette. This definitely worked very, very well. It made sure that the eyeshadow was super vibrant because it's on a white base, and it matched the makeup look that I was doing today. Now I'm going to go ahead and end off with a little bit of bottom lash mascara, and of course I'm using the extended play from MAC. I really, really like this because the wand is super small and gets to all of those little lashes on the lower lash line. In this tutorial I didn't use any blush, but we're going to skip straight on into this absolutely amazing highlighter, girl. I cannot wait to try out the Amrezy Highlighter. I know I'm the last one on the planet Earth to try it, but let's go ahead and get into it because, girl, I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and get this cheek ready, and we're going to dust that on. Of course, using my favorite brush from Morphe, and it is the M405, I believe, and we're just going to lightly, girl, we're just going to bathe in it, honey. Again, honey, it's like, what do you do? Like, I think this may very well be my favorite highlighter. It was absolutely stunning. It looks like just the most intense light is bouncing off a just luminous wet cheek, girl. I absolutely loved it. I'm also going to go ahead and put that on my inner tear duct, as you can tell, and down the bridge of my nose. And girl, just every time I looked, just, I love it. Okay, and so then we're also going to put that on the tip of the nose just to accentuate this little button flat nose, girl. And girl, I'm here for it. Here for it. Yep. You see it? Do you got it? I'm here for it. Now, honestly, truly, this would not be a tutorial of mine if snacks were not involved. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Alright, now we're going to end off this tutorial with a nice, sweet, simple little lip gloss. Anyone can do it, girl. Today's lip gloss comes from MAC, of course, and it's a Dazzle Glass in the color Rollergirl. And I'm just going to slather that on very, very ample amounts, girl, and that is what's going to end off this cut crease glitter eyeliner makeup tutorial, guys. Hopefully you guys like this, took some inspiration for Pride Month. If you guys created some looks, go ahead and share those with me on Instagram, and while you at it, like, go ahead and follow me. Other than that, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!